Want to learn how to make these soft, chewy, and tasty cookies using only the simplest of ingredients?
Welcome back everyone to T-shirt cooking. Today instead of cooking, we'll be baking.
Let's get straight to the ingredients. We'll need 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar, 2 large eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. We begin by adding both the cup of white and brown sugar into the bowl alongside the butter, and we begin to mix. It's very important that we mix by hand and not machine, purely out of principle. I have a dislocated right shoulder at the time of filming, and that didn't stop me, and it shouldn't stop you either. We mix in 1 egg at a time, and then add the 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and mix once again. At this point, it should look like nightclub vomit. Dilute the baking soda in 2 teaspoons of warm water and add it in with the salt before mixing again. We will add the flour 1 cup at a time and mix in between each one. If you're not feeling any burn in your arm by now, you're likely not mixing properly. We add both cups of chocolate chips and mix for the last time. We pull out 2 equal length sheet pans, line them up with parchment paper, and begin rolling some cookie dough balls. Remember to space them accordingly in anticipation that they grow. You could also use a spoon for this step, but using your hands makes it much more intimate and better suited for the art of cookie crafting. Set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and turn off convection. As I eagerly await my cookies, I have decided to join the legion of divorced single mothers in their 50s and began to paint. After 11 minutes of baking, the cookies may look uncooked, but remove them anyway and wait 10 minutes for the post-cooking phase to complete before removing them from the pan.
I hope everybody was able to learn something from this video. I tried to make it as simple as possible. Remember, if I can make these cookies, you can too. Please remember to share these cookies with your friends and family or anybody else who you just want to share cookies with. Finally, we've come to the time of tasting. This is a double batch. I made twice what I showed you in the video. That's just because I was doing some A/B testing different temperatures and in my mini oven and in my full range. Please keep in mind that regardless of the time and temperature that I put here in the video, that doesn't really mean anything depending on your oven, depending how long you've had it and how often you use it. It could be different temperature. It could take longer, shorter. All right, now let's get to actually eating these cookies. I have one here that's already broken, so I'm going to try it right now and we'll see if they taste of anything. I have to say the ratio of chocolate chip to dough is good. You know, ratio is everything. Proportion is everything. It matters. Wow. Wow. That cookie was really good. I only had half. That's likely not very good for my health. However, I'm making cookies. I'm not gonna make healthy cookies. What's the point? Why would I make healthy cookies? The only people that I know who want healthy cookies drive electric cars. And the only reason I know that they drive electric cars is because they make sure to bring it up in every single conversation. And those are the kind of people who eat healthy cookies. So there's definitely something wrong with them. I mean, so this first plate here is cookies that I cooked for 10 minutes. These cookies here on the cutting board, I baked them at 350 for 10 minutes in my mini oven. These 2 trays here, I baked for 11 minutes at 350 in my range. These cookies here, I baked for 9.5 minutes in my mini oven. That extra 30 seconds probably didn't really make much of a difference, but I wanted to try it anyway. The whole point of this recipe is that it's simple to make and all the ingredients that you buy are good forever if you keep them in the fridge or if you store them properly, so you can do other things with those ingredients. You don't have to only bake chocolate chip cookies. Keep in mind that these cookies are not vegan by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe they're pescatarian friendly. I don't really know if there's like any of this is fish product. And for the flexitarians, I'm not quite certain how that phenomenon works, so you could either choose to eat these cookies or choose not to based on your own volition in that current state. Now that I think of it, I might actually be a flexitarian myself, depending on the price of meat. You learn something new every day. Wow. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have any suggestions or just any other questions to ask, please leave them in the comment section and I'll try to get to them as fast as possible.